In this video, we are going over how to calculate slope when given 2 points. So a reminder that slope is the vertical change over the horizontal change, which we just know is rise over run. And another way to write that, just kind of shorthand, is this symbol called delta, the little triangle. So change in y over change in x just means how much is it changing up and down in the y direction, and then how much is it changing side to side in the x direction. So one way to do this is to just graph the points. So I'm going to graph 7, 5, and 3, 0 for the first one. So I have 7, 5, and 3, 0. Okay, so these are lattice points. They already gave it to us. I'm going to connect them and make a line. So remember, I already have my lattice points. The next step is to draw the growth triangle. And then I need to calculate my rise and my run. So it's rising 5 because that's how much it's going up and down. And then it's running 4 because that's how much it's going side to side. Okay, so rise over run, our slope is 5 over 4. And so let's check. So it's positive 5/4. And it makes sense that's positive because this is a line that's going uphill. If you think about someone walking, they'd be going up it. And then that means it's a positive slope. So our answer should be positive. So one way is to just graph the points. Another way, so on B, they didn't give me a graph this time. So what I'm going to do is just kind of sketch my own little picture and just kind of estimate, because you don't always have a nice graph printed out. Okay, so -2, 4 is a -2, so somewhere around here. I'm just kind of estimating. And then 3, -4 is somewhere around here. Okay, and again, this is not exact. I'm just kind of estimating where they go. So this is my line. Draw my growth triangle. Okay, so this one's a little tougher because I don't have the numbers on the grid to help me. But let's see. So if we're talking about the y direction, that's going to be this number and this number because y is the second one. Okay, so right here, right here I'm at -4, and over here I'm at 4. So I'm just taking the numbers in the point and putting them on the graph. So if I'm going from 4 to -4, I'm going down 8, so that's going to be -8. Okay. And if you are having trouble figuring out that number in your head, you can always get out your number line, because I'm just figuring out the distance between 4 and -4. Or you could draw yourself a full graph if you really wanted to. Okay, so I just found out that my rise is -8 because it's going down 8. Okay, and let me erase these so don't get confused. All right, and then for the other direction, so I'm going from -2 on the x. So this is -2, and then it's going all the way over to 3 over here. So if I count how many spaces that is, -2 to 3 is a distance of 5. And so I just found out that my rise is -8, and my run is 5, and so this is my slope. And let's check again. So I got a negative slope, and that makes sense because the line is going downhill, so we know that's going to be a negative slope. So again, you can use a full graph like on A, but if they don't give you one, sometimes you can just sketch a picture and just kind of think about okay, in the Y, how much did it change? And then in the X, how much did it change?